in August 1945, inside a Japanese prisoner of war camp near Nagasaki, right as the American military prepares to drop the atomic bomb. Inside the camp, an officer named Ichiro Yashida is quietly freeing every prisoner he can, giving them a chance to run before the city gets erased. Logan, Wolverine, is being held down in a well, and Yashida frees him too. "Get out of here," he tells him. "That's an atomic bomb," Wolverine warns him. "There's no outrunning that. You're better off coming down here with me." Before Yashida can decide, his fellow officers call him over. They already know there's no surviving what's coming, so they start preparing to end their own lives, rather than face it. Yashida can't bring himself to go through with it, and that's the exact moment the bomb hits. The blast levels the entire city in seconds. Watching it happen, Yashida raises a blade to himself anyway, but Wolverine stops him and pulls him down into the well just in time. The heat inside is unbearable. Wolverine throws himself over Yashida to shield him from it, and it works. Yashida survives, though Wolverine's entire body is scorched black in the process. Yashida's terrified, watching him, until Wolverine's mutant healing kicks in and his skin knits itself back together right in front of him. Once it's safe, Yashida tries to head back outside, but Wolverine tells him it's still too dangerous. Grateful beyond words, Yashida offers him his family's ancestral sword, the Denzin, but Wolverine refuses to take it. "Hold on to it for me. One day, I'll come back for it." When they finally climb out of the well, all of Nagasaki lies in ruins around them. Yashida's devastated by the sight. Then Wolverine wakes up. It was a memory, not a dream, one that's haunted him for years. He's currently living out in the Yukon wilderness, isolated, half-feral, plagued by nightmares almost every single night, including recurring visions of Jean Grey, the woman he loved and accidentally killed with his own claws. Wolverine wanders into a local Yukon town, where he spots a group of hunters getting ready to head into the woods. He barely registers them until he notices a young woman watching him closely from a distance. Her name is Yukio, and she's a mutant herself, with the ability to see exactly how and when someone is going to die. That night, deep in the forest, Wolverine hears gunfire and investigates, finding the hunters' camp trashed and a bear lying nearby, poisoned by one of their arrows, suffering badly. With no other option, Wolverine ends the animal's pain with his claws. Furious, he storms into the bar where the hunters are staying, drives the same poisoned arrow into one of their hands, and lays into him for using illegal poison rounds that just killed an innocent animal that had never hurt anyone. The hunter attacks him, and Wolverine's about to retaliate with his claws, until Yukio steps in and stops him. "Don't waste your time on him. He's going to die in an accident next week anyway." When the hunter's friends draw their guns, Yukio calmly reveals her own sword, an ancient blade called the Denzin, capable of cutting through nearly anything, and slices a bottle and chair clean in half just to make her point. Wolverine follows her outside and asks who she actually is. "I've been looking for you for the past year. My employer, Master Yashida, wants you to have that sword back, the one you saved his life with. He wants to repay every debt he owes you. He's dying, and he wants to say goodbye. You'll need to come with me to Tokyo." Wolverine turns her down at first, until he spots a police car nearby, and realizes it's easier to disappear with Yukio than to keep dodging the law here. He agrees to go. On the flight over, Yukio fills him in. After the bombing wiped out Nagasaki, Yashida rebuilt everything from the ground up, eventually turning it into one of Japan's largest corporations. When they arrive at his estate, security is tight. Yukio explains there have been constant threats against the family, kidnapping attempts, worse. Inside, Wolverine meets Yashida's son, Shingen, a skilled swordsman with a coldness about him that Wolverine can't quite place. Yukio starts to lead Wolverine to Yashida's room, but they pause when they see him speaking privately with his granddaughter, Mariko. Yashida's dying, and he wants her to inherit the entire company and estate. Yukio cleans Wolverine up so he looks presentable, then finally brings him in. Yashida, now elderly and battling cancer, is under the care of a doctor named Green. Seeing Wolverine, his face lights up. "You haven't changed a bit, but that's exactly your gift, isn't it? I've wanted to thank you properly for years. You're a good man," Wolverine tells him. "Even back then, you were trying to save everyone you could. I saw that firsthand." As Dr. Green administers his medication, Wolverine notices something odd on the monitor. Yashida has two mechanical devices attached to his body, apparently holding his cancer at bay. Yashida shows him an old painting of the region where he was born, depicting a legendary clan of ninja warriors who protected his family for 7 centuries. "I didn't bring you here just to say thank you. I want to repay you properly. I can offer you a gift worth what you gave me, because eternity might be the closest thing to a curse a man can carry. Living forever isn't easy once you've lost everyone you ever loved. You become a Ronin, a samurai with no master left to serve." He tells Wolverine that his company's technology has advanced far enough to actually transfer his healing ability to someone else. I can end this curse of endless life for you. I can make you human again. God made me what I am. That's not something that gets undone. I wasn't ready to die back then, and I'm still not ready now. But you are. Are you offering me death? I'm offering you a real life, Yashida says. You could love someone, build a family. You've lost your mind, and turns to leave. Yashida stops him. I need your help. My granddaughter Mariko is in real danger. You have to protect her. You'll never get my power, Wolverine tells him flatly, and walks out. Wolverine asks Yukio if she's Mariko's sister. She tells him no. Yashida found her as a child, abandoned near one of his factories, and brought her home because Mariko needed someone to grow up with. That night, while Wolverine sleeps, Dr. Green secretly implants something mechanical into his body. Wolverine, half convinced he's dreaming, doesn't register it happening. He wakes to the sound of crying. Yashida has died in the night. At the funeral the next morning, Wolverine attends alongside Yukio. On the rooftop, they spot a skilled archer named Harada, fiercely loyal to Yashida, and here specifically to protect Mariko. Dr. Green is also present. Yukio fills Wolverine in on Mariko's fiancé, Noburo Mori, a minister of justice. As Mariko steps forward during the ceremony, Wolverine notices armed men disguised in the crowd and moves to stop her, but they open fire and try to drag her away. Wolverine tears into them, though he notices his wounds aren't healing as fast as they used to. Harada joins the fight to protect Mariko as well. Wolverine reaches Mariko and starts taking the attackers down one by one, with Yukio fighting alongside him and Harada picking off stragglers with his bow. They escape to a metro station. Mariko thanks him and insists she's safe now, but she won't explain why she's being targeted. Wolverine, certain the danger isn't over, stays with her on the train. She tells him they're headed to a family property at the last stop. That's insane, he tells her. That's the first place they'll look. She ignores him and puts her earphones in. In the bathroom, Wolverine examines his wounds, confused why they're not closing properly. Stepping back out, more attackers surround him. He fights them off, even leaping off the moving train to kill one who'd grabbed him, before pulling Mariko off at the next stop, warning her they need somewhere safe. These were the same Yakuza gang that hit the funeral. They duck into what turns out to be a love hotel for the night. Mariko falls asleep. Wolverine stays up watching over her, haunted again by visions of Jean, who warns him he's dying and needs to stop playing hero. Then he spots two more Yakuza men below, closing in. They ambush him, knock him down, and start torturing him with a shotgun blast, until Mariko wakes up and takes them out herself with expertly thrown knives. Badly hurt, Wolverine passes out. He wakes to find the hotel owner's grandson, a veterinarian Mariko, called in, pulling bullets out of his body. Wolverine tells her his wounds used to close instantly. Something Dr. Green did to him has clearly broken that. Elsewhere, we see Dr. Green meeting with Harada, revealing her own mutant power. She's part serpent, laced with venom she can inject through her nails. I hired you to capture Wolverine, so I could take his power for myself. I don't work for you, Harada tells her. I work for Yashida. Yashida's the one who ordered you to bring Wolverine to me, she reminds him, healing a wound of his to prove her point. He's stronger than you think. I've already weakened him. He's just a regular man now. Find him before the Yakuza do. She slips a vial of poison into his pocket, just in case. Mariko brings Wolverine to her grandfather's old house, close to Nagasaki itself. Over dinner, she tells him about growing up with Harada, trained in archery while she trained with knives, once even engaged to be married, before her grandfather forbade it, saying they were too young. Wolverine asks why the Yakuza is after her. She explains her grandfather left her the entire estate, and once the will's read in 3 days, the whole world will know it. Meanwhile, Shingen is racing to find her first. He never wanted her named heir, and he's working with Mariko's own fiancé, Noburo, who's the one who actually sent the Yakuza after her in the first place. Wolverine and Mariko grow closer, staying together in the old house. That night, plagued again by nightmares, Wolverine's claws activate involuntarily in his sleep. Mariko calms him down and tells him her grandfather used to call him Kuzuri, a word for a fierce, wild animal, and that she used to run to him for comfort whenever she had nightmares as a child, and he'd tell her stories about Wolverine instead. She asks about the woman he keeps calling out for in his sleep. She died, he tells her. I killed her. They fall back asleep. Elsewhere, Yukio has nightmares of her own, visions of Wolverine's death. The next morning, Wolverine wakes to Mariko screaming. Yakuza thugs have grabbed her again. He chases them down, gets shot in the leg, catches one of the attackers, but can't stop them from taking Mariko. He kills the one he's caught when he refuses to talk. Yukio arrives and takes Wolverine straight to Noburo's house, telling him about her recurring visions. She's never wrong about who's going to die, even if she doesn't always see the full picture. I don't believe in any of that. Plenty of people have tried to kill me. I'm still standing. You're not what you were. Anyone could kill you now. He doesn't listen and confronts Noburo directly, demanding to know why he wants Mariko dead. Noburo finally confesses. Once Yoshida got sick, he'd started pouring enormous money into secret research, trying to extend his own life the same way Wolverine has his. Shingen hid this from the company's board, hoping to inherit everything as the good son. Instead, Yoshida left it all to Mariko, so Shingen wanted her dead, and Noburo, unwilling to lose his shot at marrying into that fortune, went along with it. Furious, Wolverine throws him off the balcony. Meanwhile, the Yakuza bring Mariko to Shingen, right as Harada arrives with his own clan of ninja warriors, the same ones Yoshida once described as protecting his family for centuries. Harada wipes out the Yakuza thugs. Shingen's about to kill Mariko himself, but the ninjas surround him first and take Mariko into custody instead. When she fights back, Harada reveals his own face to her and tells her she has to come with him. Dr. Green arrives too, telling Shingen she needs his daughter alive, then poisons him anyway with a lethal injection to his throat, leaving him to collapse into the water outside as she walks away. Wolverine and Yukio arrive at the estate and find every guard dead. Searching for Shingen, they find nothing until they reach Yoshida's old room and discover a note. Come here if you want to save Mariko. The location turns out to be Yoshida's birthplace, 500 kilometers away, now home to one of the company's factories. Scanning his own body, Wolverine finally understands what's been happening. Dr. Green implanted a parasite directly onto his heart, actively blocking his healing ability. I have to get it out, he tells Yukio. You can't. I've already seen you die in a room just like this one, holding your own heart in your hand. I'm the only one who can save Mariko, he insists, and cuts into his own stomach with his claws, reaching in to physically remove the parasite himself. That's when Shingen, very much still alive, bursts in to finish Wolverine off. Yukio steps in front of him, refusing to let it happen, and the two of them fight with swords, while Wolverine finally rips the parasite free. But the wound is too severe, and his heart stops. He collapses. Yukio, still fighting Shingen, sees Wolverine go down and is devastated, right as Shingen knocks her sword away. She scrambles for a second blade, just as Wolverine's healing factor kicks back in. Just as Shingen moves in to finish Yukio off, Wolverine stops him cold. Touch my friends again, and you'll regret it, before throwing him aside and demanding to know where Mariko is. Shingen tells him the snake woman took her, and it's all because of his father's obsession with mutants, people like Yukio and Wolverine, an obsession that tore his family apart. Furious, he attacks, but Wolverine's healing is back in full force, and every wound Shingen lands closes almost instantly. Rather than kill him, Wolverine simply tells him, "You tried to kill your own daughter, remember that." As he turns to check on Yukio, Shingen tries one last strike, and Wolverine finishes him for good. Yukio comes to and warns Wolverine that Dr. Green is setting a trap for him, but he's already moving to save Mariko. Yukio grabs the Denzen sword and spots blueprints for a mechanical suit nearby, confirming her fears, and races after him. Harada has already brought Mariko to the tower built at Yoshida's birthplace. She's stunned to see Dr. Green there. Don't worry, she works for Yoshida Industries too. Mariko accuses her of poisoning Wolverine, and possibly her own grandfather. Dr. Green admits it plainly. She was simply fulfilling Yoshida's final wish. She knocks Mariko out with a touch of her venom, then heads to the lab to brew a fresh dose meant for Harada, to help him weaken Wolverine enough to finish him off. Harada tells her he doesn't need it. Wolverine's already crippled, his healing gone. She insists he take it anyway, just in case, and slips a vial into his pocket before heading out herself. Wolverine reaches the factory just as Harada and his ninja clan attack, but his healing power is fully restored now, and he tears through them one by one. They manage to net him briefly, but Yukio arrives and starts taking out attackers with a snowplow truck, freeing Wolverine, who hurls more of them straight into its path. Realizing Wolverine can't be stopped without the poison, Harada dips his arrows in it. Surrounded, Wolverine pushes Yukio clear and detonates the truck himself, taking out the remaining ninjas in the blast, even lighting his own cigarette off the fire. As he presses forward, Harada and his remaining men riddle his back with poisoned arrows, dropping him instantly. Mariko watches, heartbroken. Yukio, knocked out by the explosion, comes to and races toward the tower. Inside, Wolverine is strapped into a machine, a massive silver samurai suit standing beside him. Dr. Green shows it to him, built from the exact same adamantium metal fused to his skeleton. Enraged, he pops his claws, exactly what she wanted, since the whole point is to sever them and steal his power permanently. Mariko watches everything unfold. Harada tells her she has to let Wolverine go. He saved my life. You're working with her. Harada insists he's simply following Yoshida's final orders. Mariko kisses him, then stabs him and bolts. The silver samurai suit powers up, and moves to cut through Wolverine's claws with its blade. But Mariko throws herself in front of it, causing the robot to slice through his restraining chair instead and free him. He grabs Mariko and runs. Dr. Green chases them, but Harada, realizing exactly what he's done, shoots her down with an arrow. She survives anyway, already beginning to shed her skin like a snake. Wolverine attacks the Silver Samurai, but it charges its blade and slices clean through one of his claws. Agony floods through him. As the machine goes for the second claw, Wolverine drops to avoid it, cuts the lights, and grabs one of the samurai's own swords, though he can't figure out how to activate it in time. The machine closes in for the kill until Harada shows up, trying to make up for his mistakes, and takes the hit meant for Wolverine instead, dying on the spot. That sacrifice buys Wolverine the second he needs. He realizes the sword activates with both hands gripping it. He powers it on and takes the Silver Samurai's head clean off, then leaps from the tower still holding it. Meanwhile, Yukio reaches the top and fights Dr. Green directly. She's outmatched at first, until she uses the elevator itself to finish her off. Wolverine, dangling off the side of the building from his fall, starts climbing back up, right as the Silver Samurai's remaining hand rips off his other claw and drills straight into the exposed wound. The figure inside the suit finally reveals himself. It's Yoshida. He never died. Everything, Dr. Green, Harada, the entire scheme, was his design from the start, engineered purely to steal Wolverine's healing power for himself. You saved me from that bomb, and in a few moments, your power will be mine. My legacy will finally be safe. This suit has kept me alive this long, and now it's going to give me your gift permanently. Wolverine's healing ability begins draining into him, his own body starting to fail, as Yoshida grows young and strong again. Mariko, watching, finally understands the truth. Her grandfather is the real monster in all of this. She grabs one of Wolverine's severed claws and drives it straight into Yoshida, breaking his grip on Wolverine. I'm your grandfather. I already buried my grandfather, and strikes his throat with another claw. Wolverine, healing restored, tears the Silver Samurai suit apart, aging Yoshida rapidly back to his true state. Popping his claws one final time, Wolverine finishes him for good, throwing him from the tower. Exhausted and weakened, Wolverine collapses. Jean's vision returns to him one last time, calling him toward her, but this time, he refuses to go. Mariko becomes the new CEO of Yoshida Corporation and says her goodbyes to Wolverine, who's finally ready to move on. Yukio decides to go with him, and the two of them board a plane and leave Japan behind together.